Yep, I go back to college in 2 weeks, which means I have to reteach myself how to be responsible, have conversations, and work well with others. But most importantly, I don't even think I know how to do makeup anymore. So, because my skin is amazing right now, I figured why not potentially ruin it by trying out some new products and doing a little bit of makeup therapy. So, let's get into it. I started off with my brows filled in as usual, but when I did them the first time, they were like super weird and greasy, so I powdered them down and then I was ready for my base. Because my skin was flawless at the time, I wanted to start off with a different kind of primer, so I grabbed myself the Maybelline New York Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, which was super overhyped a few years ago, so I'm like very behind, but I mixed that with my Makeup Revolution Baking Oil Drops. Use the baking oil drops first as like a moisturizer, and then I added the baby skin primer on top. It does seem like it's silicone based, so it wasn't my favorite, but it held up, it did the job. So I just let it sit on my face a little bit while I worked on my eyes. While the base was settling in, I wanted to clean up the tops and bottoms of my brows to make them look very neat. So I'm taking the Naturally Radiant Concealer by Too Faced in the color Very Deep, and I'm just slightly cleaning up the tops and bottoms, making sure to blend it out, but not blending it onto my lid. Once my brows were cleaned up, I'm taking the NYX eyeshadow base in the color White, and with a concealer brush, I'm just packing it all over my lid until I can get this kind of like white brown ombre look. And it's gonna be a little greasy, but that's okay because it is the base for all of our colors that are coming later. My second new product for this video is going to be my Neon Pigment Stack, which I got from the Makeup Shack on Instagram. And as you can see, I have never used one before because it took me about like 5 minutes to figure out how to open it. I'm pretty sure that's just user error because, you know, my brain is fried. But I wanted to use the purple in the stack, so once I finally got it open, I applied it to the white space on my lid with just a normal packing brush, and a little bit does go a long way. I probably dipped into the can about 3 times, and I covered my whole lid. New product number 3 would be the Morphe x James Charles mini palette, and yes, I bought the mini because I have way too much makeup and not enough space. So I dipped into the color Escape, and with a loose blending brush I blended that around the same area I added my pigments. From the same palette, I took the colors Skip and Pinkity Drinkity, and with an angled blending brush, I blended it into my brow bone, and I started fanning out my outer crease a little bit just because I wanted this eye look to look a bit more blown out. I lightened up my brow bone again using the color Pinkity Drinkity, and then I went in with the color Escape on my outer V to darken it up a little bit more. Once I was satisfied with the eyeshadow job I had already put down, I decided to add some glitter, which I also bought from the Makeup Shack on Instagram. I took a little bit of the Nyx Glitter Glue, and I'm going to be mapping out kind of like a crescent shape on my eye with the glue first, and then packing on the glitter with the same brush. Once I packed on all that chunky glitter, I applied my go-to Maybelline mascara in the color dark brown, and then I was ready for lashes. But not just any lashes, my lashes. I released my lash line a few weeks ago on my social media, so if you don't follow me on social media, follow me on Instagram at AshantiB_MUA, and that way you can get to see all 17 styles. They are available for shipping. I will have a website out soon. So if you're looking to support a small business, especially a Black business, please follow me on social media and check out my lash collection. I'm not sure if this is new product number 4 or 5, but instead of using a stick foundation because they ran out of my shade, I had to switch to the liquid foundation by Makeup Revolution. So this is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in the color F15. I'm gonna dab that all over my face and then blend it in with a wet kabuki brush. I'm gonna say concealer is new product number 6, so I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Radiance Concealer in the color C14, which is one less than my foundation shade, and I'm highlighting all my usual areas, but then on top of that I added the Too Faced concealer just to brighten it up a little bit because this was a new product, so I wasn't really sure how it was gonna settle in on my skin. Once I applied them, I blended them out with a damp beauty blender. After blending in our concealer, we have officially reached the part of this that is really makeup therapy for me. Something about baking is just everything to me. So I'm taking my Absolute New York translucent powder and I'm setting my face, and can we just appreciate the cheekbones for a second? Something about setting my face just makes it look so pretty, and I wish I didn't have to wipe it off, but if not, you'd look like a ghost. But please just appreciate the cheekbones for a little bit. A little bit of a warning if you don't like creepy eye stuff, but I lined my waterline using the NYX pencil in white, and I don't know if it was the glitter, but my eyes were so watery. It's probably because I do my makeup at 3 o'clock in the morning, but this was one of like few times that my eyes were extremely watery while I was lining my lower lash line. Going back into my Morphe palette, I dipped into Escape, Single, and Skip, and on a tight lower line brush, I smoked it out a little bit. And then dipping back into the same 3 colors, I took a fluffier brush and smoked it out just as much as it was on the top. Sadly, it was time to dust off my bake, so for bronzer, I went in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the color Endless Summer, ironically, and I just bronzed up my skin as usual with my double-sided Eco brush using the fluffy side. New product number 8, I'm guessing, is the Tammy Times Makeup Revolution Golden Hour palette. And let me tell you, this palette is beautiful, but I definitely did not use it correctly. I tried to contour with the color Contour Chic, and it was, it was not moving, okay? And after like 5 minutes of trying to blend it, I ended up fixing it by taking the color Bronze Belle on the bronzer side of my Eco brush and just bronzing up my face with it to hide my bad contour job. And I got so distracted by this that I totally forgot to use the blush in that palette, but it is what it is. For my inner corners, I mixed together the colors Artistry and So Good, and on a wet brush, I packed that into my inner corners, bringing it down a little bit to my lower lash line, and then I was ready for lipstick. So I really wanted to go with a glossy nude kind of look. I lined my lips with a pale liner, and at first I was contemplating between which NYX lingerie color I wanted to use, but ultimately I ended up using the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer in the color Charmer. And I applied that. It looked beautiful. I was looking in the mirror. I started celebrating, thinking I was complete done with my makeup because I got so thrown off on contour. And then I was like, something don't look right, Something does not look right. My face looks weird. I don't know what it is. And then I realized, girl, you didn't put any highlighter on. So I dipped back into the Tammy Times Revolution Cosmetics palette and I applied the highlighter called Golden Hour. And I totally forgot about blush. So and here's the final look, minus blush, But don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Check out my new lash collection. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.